this computer. All right, so good morning, good afternoon, Bernard.
Good morning, Dr. Priscilla.
And I hope things are well with you.
Okay, yesterday was a special day in France because it was Mother's Day.
Okay, Mother's Day, yes.
Mm.
Did you do something nice for your wife?
It's not my mother, it's my wife.
But she's the mother of your children.
Yes, but I never grant my wife in this special day. I had other occasion to do that.
Oh,
And
okay.
yesterday, my children phoned to their mother
Yeah.
to enjoy the day.
Okay. All right. Well, in most cases here, I think in the U.S., fathers will celebrate with the mother by getting the mother something.
Okay.
And also on the anniversary of their marriage and birthdays and Christmas.
Yes, of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
All right. So let's start with the reading of Weather in USA. You may
Okay.
start.
Yes. Weather in USA. Last Tuesday was the 5th consecutive day of severe weather in the central states of the USA.
Let's see if this is severe. Severe.
Severe weather in the central states. According to one government agency, people reported more than 130 tornadoes just in 5 days. The severe storms reportedly dropped more than 7.62 centimeters of rain in parts of Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma just last Tuesday. Roads in Oklahoma had to close because of the flooding. And in Missouri, 2 people reportedly died in a vehicular accident last Tuesday. Difficult word, consecutive, one after another, vehicular, involving vehicles, cars, trucks, affect, make something happen from something else.
Okay. So this word is severe. Severe.
Severe.
Mm-hmm. What does the word severe mean?
Strong.
Very good. Something very strong. And I didn't hear the S on the words, the S endings. So just make sure you put your S's on words, roads. Okay. So I will read Weather in USA Level 3. Last Tuesday was the 5th consecutive day of severe weather in the central states of the USA. According to one government agency, people reported more than 130 tornadoes just in 5 days. The severe storms reportedly dropped more than 7.62 centimeters of rain in parts of Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma just last Tuesday. Roads in Oklahoma had to close because of the flooding. And in Missouri, 2 people reportedly died in a vehicular accident last Tuesday. Difficult words, consecutive, one after another, vehicular, involving vehicles, cars, trucks, affect, make something happen from something else. Okay, if we look at this picture above, it looks like just everything is underwater and it's very deep flooding. That's a lot of flooding of water. I'm amazed that only, what was it, just 2 people died in this accident. Is that what you understood? Only 2 people died?
Yes,
Okay.
I understand. Yes.
Okay. Now, let's take a look at these words. The consecutive, vehicular, and affect. So as we talk about weather conditions that affect people's lives, let's try to use the words consecutive, vehicular, and effect in our conversation today.
Okay.
So what are some major events that affect the people in France?
Yesterday, the major event who affects the people yesterday in France was the elections day for the European Parliament. Most of the people were concerned for these events because more than 700 deputies will be sent to Brussels in Belgium in order to compose the new parliament. And the French are particularly interested in politics. During a lot of consecutive days, we heard about this election on the news, and even if we were in your vehicle, you can hear the news on this subject, which affect so much people in Europe.
So I wonder, as people listen to the news in their vehicles, if they listen to it and they hear that the person that they would want to win is winning, would they still continue to go to the polls and vote, or would they just say, it's not necessary because my person is winning?
I didn't really understood the question.
Okay. Sometimes when the news people are giving the news about events, especially the elections, if the person that is the most favored one is winning, and individuals are in their car listening to the news, do you think everyone that was in their vehicles continued to the polls?
Okay. If someone was driving in order to go to vote, and if in the vehicles he heard that someone is the winner of the election, or the favorite of the election, perhaps he will cancel his trip to the pool and go to fishing or to play football. No.
Some other event.
No, I don't think so, because first of all, you can't know the winner before voting. First, you need to go to vote. There was only favorites people. And usually in France, 70% of the people prefer going to fish, prefer going to another event instead of going to vote. There's a very figure of abstention. But this year, for the first time for many years, more than 50% of the French are going to vote. Particularly, if I understand what the journalists say on the news, particularly because the youth are very concerned by the problem of climate change, and some of them are going to vote for the first time in order to send ecologists to the new parliament in Strasbourg.
Okay. Well, you're absolutely correct about one thing. When people here in the States are voting, the polls close, I think, at 6 p.m. In whatever region, it's always 6. And at 6 o'clock, that's when they start reporting the results. So everyone that was going to go vote has already voted before they start giving information about the polls, who's winning, where people are winning. and this type of information. And they have consecutive people running for different things during the polls. I can't remember what we will be voting on in 2020. Of course, we'll be voting for the president, but other positions are being held, and other interest groups have posted something. Maybe money should be given for forestry or hospitals. Just any number of things may be on the voting ticket come this November when we vote. It just doesn't seem that it was just 4 years ago that we voted, and now we're ready to vote almost in November again. So,
what kind of election will be in November?
it will be for the president.
In November this year?
This year, no, 2020. No.
2020, yes.
But,
yes.
but they start campaigning. Yes, it's 2020. They start campaigning. They'll start campaigning.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll start campaigning for president. Yeah, I was actually saying it's this year, but it's not this year. It's 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, 2020. The days, the years goes by so quickly, and President Obama's daughter and Michelle Obama's daughter, Sasha, she's grown up so beautifully. They both girls have grown up beautifully, and they're just so sweet and so precious. The two girls are. All right, so we've used the vocabulary words consecutive, vehicular, and effect. Any questions about today's lesson?
No. Anyway, other Americans are very interested in politics because in France, every day, in every news, every broadcasting, we heard about politics. The French are very interested in politics, I suppose. But I suppose that it's not the same in the USA.
I don't think so. There are a lot of people that are interested in politics, but I don't think that we're interested in it in the way that would be healthy for us to be one of the, famous countries, free countries, that we may take things for granted, or we have an I don't care attitude, or because this seems that for us to have the president that does the things that he's doing, but as an individual, there are people that are already in place that are turning a blind eye to many things, that I think the attitude filters down that if you're not going to do anything, then I'm not going to do anything. And we end up with the same old same thing that we had before. If we don't like it, enough people are not speaking up about it. And if we do like it, I would say not many people are speaking up about it, speaking up about the good things either. We just aren't saying anything. So I don't know. I know I'm not involved with politics. I don't watch that politics on the TV. I don't really listen to it on the news. I listen to motivational YouTube videos and read. Doesn't mean that it's healthy, but it's my authenticity. It is my truth. Maybe one day I'll get better. I'll get better at it. I don't know. Okay, my dear. All right, Bernard, I'm going to say that this is going to end our class for today.
Yes.
And
I suppose we could have the next class, if you're free, next Thursday, because tomorrow is the day of analysis blood, and Wednesday will be the last injection for the 4 steps of chemotherapy. So Thursday will be the will be good for me.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll put it down for Thursday,
Okay.
and I'm going to stop
And I will